Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing, but we're going to really call this a showcase. I have got Hot Wheels Car Culture Ronin Run, the second to last mix of 2022. It's going to bleed into 2023. One more mix to go. I have sneak peeked that mix. That is the Drag Strip Demons. We'll do that showcase soon enough, but for right now, we've got Ronin Run, and what a mix it is. I know many of you have seen it. This case came from Wheel Collectors. They were able to get a bunch of cases, and they started opening them and found that they had a lot of chases. So you want to go to the Wheel Collectors store. They've actually got the chases for sale, the sets for sale, and a bunch of other stuff. And you want to be a VIP over there at Wheel Collectors as well. So thank you to them for sending this. It is sealed. There's a chance, since they were pulling a lot of chases, that there is a chase in here. But one way or the other, we're going to open it up, and we're going to open up the cars and showcase what is a fantastic mix. All right, well, let's just get to it. I don't know why I put it back that way. We got some cutting open to do. Like I said, Ronin Run is the theme. It's one of those kind of mixes that has kind of a, like cars that, let's get this open. There we go. Cars that have mostly plain decos, not entirely, but a very realistic mix and some very cool like 90s era cars and that sort of thing. Let's fold this open and then we will, see what is inside. And yep, I see a white car here. I see a black car there. We pulled the chase. Thanks, Wheel Collectors. They were wondering, they're like, John, there's a good chance you're going to pull it because we're pulling it from a lot of cases. So that is very, very cool. It kind of tends to happen that way. Those of you who've seen this, I don't know exactly how the distribution goes, but if you were to go into a store and encounter a full case or an unopened case of Car Culture and you opened it and you had a chase, there's a really good chance if there's another case there that there's going to be a chase in there as well. I wonder if as they're just doing these mixes, they just throw in a big batch and, so sometimes it might be like complete desert and you won't find anything for mix after or for case after case after case, but other times you might. In fact, I remember some people saying that they've pulled cases like in certain areas, like, oh man, they found a bunch of chases over here but not over here and that sort of thing. Anyway, kind of interesting to watch that and see how that goes, but let's just get right to it. Let's just start. I don't know the numbering here. 4 3 5 2 1. Let's just go with 1. Let's just do it this way, just like this. And the first one is the 95 Mazda RX-7. Ronin Run is the mix. This is hitting stores, I think, if you're not buying it from Wheel Collectors or A&J Toys, it is hitting very, very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if some people have already found it in stores. This is fantastic. In fact, there's a basic, this model debuted in blue, but now getting a premium version is really cool. In fact, I'll show you something. You're going to be RX-7'd out because, well, I mean, because there's another one in here, but also because the Fast and Furious mix is hitting, and there is an RX-7 in that as well from the Fast and Furious, and that one is pretty clean, but more on that different time. There you go, Ronin Run Blue. This one with the 5 spokes is just about perfect in premium. I think we had the 6 spokes on the Super Treasure. I'm just rambling here, but I just really, really like this. It's like you like the basic with the J5 wheels on it. I love the premium, and I love that we got a plain blue. I'm glad it doesn't matter to me that they replicate maybe something that was basic because I want a premium version of this. And so that is fantastic. All right, let's go for number 2. Another one that I love to see in premium. That debuted in basic. That is the Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo in red. There is the art. Julian Coyle's always in charge of the art, always hitting a home run. In fact, the chase, I don't know if I've talked about it. I think the chase is maybe the best chase art we've seen so far in Car Culture. We'll get to that in a second. This one is in kind of a dark red. Looks darker probably because it has the black rims, which look really good on this one. I'd like to see a 300ZX with the 10 spokes, but I'm not complaining about these wheels because they seem very much appropriate to this car, this era of car, but like an update, right? A modern update on this car. Love the silhouette. Love the casting. This was in 1990 my absolute favorite car on the road. I loved the ads. I remember I used to rip the ads out of my dad's magazines and I would like put them in a folder and stuff when I was younger. I just love this car, and I love Dima's design of this one. and it's gone premium, and it looks great, and it's a perfect complement. We see the 300ZX and the Mazda RX-7 together a lot. All right, number 3. Here it is right here. Finally, nice to see another Starlet, another version of the 81 Toyota Starlet, the KP61 Toyota mix, right? From the first, what was it, last year? Final mix of last year, we saw it. We got to wait a whole year to see it again in red. Now we have it in purple with the W Work Wheels logo on this. This is the only one that isn't. I guess maybe you could say the Pandem RX-7 is not totally plain either, but it kind of is. Nonetheless, looks really cool on the small 4 spokes. We're seeing the smaller wheels come in other styles too, but the 4 spokes on the Starlet work perfectly. I think that's how it should be. Ronin Run, I think it's Japanese themed, right? So that's why you're seeing the Japanese art in the backgrounds of these cars, which I think is really cool. 1998 Subaru Impreza 22B STI version. Oh, how great is this one? In orange. Now, I have no idea. You 22B folks, I know, I think all of them were in blue with the gold rims, right? So Hot Wheels made this casting. They're going to have to get a little creative on it. I don't mind that at all, considering we do have the blue version in basic and in premium from, was it Modern Classics, I believe? So if they want to have a little fun with this, turn it orange, put a carbon fiber hood on it, put the black 10 spokes on it, I think it's great as long as it looks good. And this one looks really, really good. It's a great color for this car. Whether it's a fantasy color or not, it looks really cool. Yeah, we're just going to have to go into the fantasy world with these colors, right? I mean, and, to be perfectly honest, it is the 22B, but these STIs, they had a certain silhouette. So being able to kind of move in different directions with this. Those are 4 cars. We busted through them really quick. We just have one new casting. It's kind of nice because I've been doing all the Lamley awards and I kind of waited on the premium as last minute as I can, but it really is time to go. This is the Mazda RX-7 FC Pandem. We already put it in the Hot Wheels Best of Hot Wheels tournament just because this mix already came out. I love the art on this one. They sometimes Julian will go the same angle on everything. In this case, he went all different angles. This particular angle, and then just the touches on the art here just looks so cool. Just that kind of animated style that I just think looks really good. I'm just admiring the art. The car itself is cool too. Some people, when this was unveiled, didn't like the smaller rims. I think it works here. Because Hot Wheels has to work with a particular size of rim. Here, let's see if I've got something. Here, I have the with these rims on it. Let's try the Honda Civic. I know it just doesn't. I don't know. Don't you think they'd have to go up one to, it's just they have to work within certain wheel sizes, right? That's just a limitation of doing Hot Wheels. And it seems like if they went bigger, this car they'd have to do it bigger. And I just think the proportions might be off a little bit. We get proportions off on these all the time, but they had to make that decision. Mark Jones designed this. That's the decision he made. And I think you kind of win or lose either way, right? Because the rims are going to look too big maybe on one. Maybe they look a little bit too small, but they just don't have the exact size wheel. And Hot Wheels isn't just going to, do that for this. They will in Elite, right? But I think this casting, considering the amount of detail, the deco, I do think, well, let's put this aside and let's pull out the chase. Yay, yay, yay. We got the chase. I have to say, here's what I think about it. I think the white model wins when it comes to the model itself. The chase is fantastic. All the black chases are cool. Sometimes the black chase is cooler than the regular car. In this case, I think just because this is an actual car with the Gretty logo on it and the gold rims, obviously it's the Pandem. This is based on an actual car. The chase is fantastic, but the white one looks better. But the art, what they've done, what Julian has done with the art here is just awesome. It's just magnificent. Taking the art, just turning it black and white. It almost seems like maybe one day they were working on this art, trying to figure out how to do the chase, and all of a sudden, there's no mistakes here, right? There's no random things. But it does look like that. Oh, we just had this black and white. He's like, that's just actually perfect. Let's just use that. It just is great. I just think it's so well done and such a cool style. This is definitely, I think, if I had to pick art, best art of the year, I would have to say this one wins for me. All right, let's look at the model just for a second. We have seen this before. Same casting, just in straight black. Does get the Greddy, the Pandem, the Toyo tires. This time, instead of the chrome lipped rims, it's a gold lipped rim, if I can say that right. Looks really, really good in black. But yeah, I think the white one is better. Nonetheless, this mix is just phenomenal. You guys are going to have to tell me which one you think is the best. For me, I have to go with the Pandem because it's new, but that 300ZX and that RX-7, the super clean versions, they really are fantastic as well. Just in the whole scheme of things, to have these in the collection is great in my view. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you, wheel collectors, for sending this. Go to their website, buy yourself a set, buy yourself a chase. It's a fantastic mix. Thanks, everybody. Bye.